don't freak out, but I think I almost got snatched up. So they don't have Ubers where I'm filming, and I had to call a taxi. So I get this number, but the truck that the van that pulls up is real sketchy looking. But there's a guy in the back seat, right? So when he jumps out, the guy is just standing there. I thought he was getting dropped off, but he's just standing there. He goes, "Get in," and I go, "What?" He goes, "Get in," and I go, "No." And then I look at the car, look inside the car, it's fucked up. The rubber is pulled up from the bottom. There's dirt everywhere. The back seat looked like it's snatched out for a fucking reason. And so the guy in the front seat, the driver goes, "Get in the car." And I go, "Well, I'm not getting in the car." And the guy in the back is like kind of mushing his body towards me to get in the car. And the guy says, "Well, then get in the front seat then." And I said, "I'm not getting in that fucking car. Fuck y'all. Fuck out of here," right? I asked the lady at the front desk, I said, "Yo, who's the guy that gave me this number?" And she was like, "Why would he give you this number?" Yo, this trafficking shit is real, but they got me fucked up. They got me fucked up. Because I ain't Gina, bitch.
What's happening? What's going on? Part of my Prison's YouTube channel. I want to discuss this video that I just played in regards to Gina, who was doing her thug thizzle somewhere in an undisclosed location in LA. She's an actress, so I guess they're not called actors. But apparently she had an issue where she was trying to get home, and like all high-class celebrities, they don't have their own cars, so they rely on car service. And somebody gave her the janky phone number to this particular car service, which looked like some type of sex trafficking operation. As she described, there was an issue with how things looked. The car was dingy. It lacked a back seat. There were two occupants in the car telling her to come in, and it didn't look professional, according to her. Right? Now, she didn't mention the race of these gentlemen, so I'm not even going to speculate on that. But the interesting thing about this particular story, as she put it, is that nowhere in her story, nowhere in her diatribe, nowhere in her rant did she ever mention that she called the police as soon as she figured out that the guy who gave her the janky number was not legitimate. Nowhere in the story did she mention that she spoke to authorities, she gave a description, and they're going to get back to her, and they're looking into the whole situation, and they're going to apprehend these guys. Nowhere did she say, "Look, I'm going to follow up with you guys and let you know what comes of this, because I don't want anyone else to get called out or get kidnapped and get played for the fool." What she did instead is use this particular situation to remind people that she used to be Gina of the critically acclaimed Martin show, the sitcom. She used this moment to pretty much tell a story like if it was a soliloquy in one of her acting gigs. The voice inflections that she put on was almost like she was playing a character, like an audition. And it gets picked up by the Shade Room, by TMZ, by a whole bunch of gossip news blogs and sites. And now everybody's saying, "Oh my gosh, we gotta be careful. Men are dangerous. Men are the enemies. We're unprotected as black women. We need to carry guns. We need to have the ring. We need to do..." But nowhere in the comments, nowhere in the conversations that I had about these situations do they ever mention calling the police. I've had it up to here with all of these stories from women who sound sincere, who sound like they're in fear of their lives, who sound like they are afraid, who sound like they're crying for help, but don't ever want to go to the people who are paid by your tax dollars, mind you, paid to help you. Because at the end of the day, if you're saying all these things because you're trying to show that, like, I'm going to take it there, that black men are not protecting you, or that black men are not making you feel safe, please understand that it's not a black man's job to be the Batman or the Spider-Man of the neighborhood. That is the police officer's job. That's why they get paid. That's why they get trained. That's why they get all of the ammunition, the guns, the bulletproof jackets, all the equipment. They get the authority to apprehend people, handcuff them, beat them up in the back of the car seat, sit on their neck, put their knee into their chest. All of that stuff, they are legislated and given the power to do all these things. Call them. Because they could take that perpetrator to jail. You could press charges, take it to court, have the prosecutors do their jobs and prosecute, and the judge bam them and send them to jail for football numbers. That is how you have a safe neighborhood, and that is who you rely on if you are scared. Just say you're scared. And if you're looking for black men to be your saviors and your protectors and the community surveyors and patrol people, that is a fair expectation, but only if these black men are your fathers, husbands, and live in your house. Because let's be honest, if I don't live in the same house that you live in, if you are not married and belong to a black man who's supposed to protect you and he's supposed to be under you, how can we protect you? You're not under our supervision. You're not under our care. You're not in our homes. And a lot of the times, we're not even on speaking terms. So how can you expect someone who is so isolated, who is so ostracized from where you live and from your circles, ostracized from your circles, how do you expect them to protect you? They have to be in your area. They have to be in your home. You can't expect a bodyguard to be of any type of convenience for you or any type of assistance to you if they're living in a different city, miles away. You need them in your homes. So at the end of the day, here's the thing. If you feel what's lacking is the fact that there's no black men or men to protect you in these neighborhoods and these environments, you better make sure when you go to these places that you buy houses in these places, you buy property, decide to set up shop, you pay rent in these places. Make sure that when you go to these places, you're going with your black husband, you're going with your black boyfriend, you're going with your black family, which contains a mother and a father, and maybe a brother as well too. If he's older than you, if he's bigger than you, he can protect you as well. And I'll tell you this, I don't know any black husband or any black father, or any black brother who would refuse to protect their wife, their daughter, or their sister. And that's really the message I want to point out in all of this thing, because that's really the underlying message with all of these stories that are coming out, is that the black women are unprotected. Well, there's, of course, the underlying reason as to why that is. Right? And a lot of it is due to certain lifestyle choices and the fact that you don't want to be around certain people. So when those people are not around, then this could be the result. Your home is now somewhere where you're no longer safe. You become a sitting duck, you could say, or you become someone who is unsecure, unprotected. You're someone who is considered vulnerable. Please understand what comes with this whole notion of feminism and I could do things on my own and I don't need a man, so on and so forth. We are living apart. And when you are living apart, these are the things that could possibly happen. So again, if you don't have a husband, that's fine. You should have a father. If you don't have a father, hopefully you have a brother. And those are the men that are supposed to protect you. Not a stranger living miles away, because it's not really their obligation to protect you. It's the people in your lives, the men in your lives. Make sure you have them, right? Make your money, dress well, party, celebrate your success, own your own business, but also have men in your life that can protect you and that you value and that care about you just as much as you care about them. And that is what a community is supposed to do. So I'll leave it like that. That's the message of the day. You let me know how you feel about that, how you feel about Gina or Tisha Campbell and what she said. And mind you, didn't she lie about Martin doing something to her that's inappropriate because she wanted to get a better deal in her contract for the sitcom, and that's why Martin blew up as far as the particular Martin show and never came back to life? So can we really believe in what she said here? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. But until next time, like, comment, subscribe. And as I always say, next move, best move, part of my presence YouTube channel. Peace.